Midnight meeting with Shark's right-hand man, Amber. Oh, okay. You're just putting notes. As the team moves forward into the next stage of events, you've had a very long day. After more or less scoring, Tyler, Taylor, and Tristan, I think, they were random team names. Your group was more or less assigned, or at least given permission, to ask to be assigned to the General's Guard, who is one member of the council. The council comprises of an Azamar, a halfling, newly, dwarf, I already said Azamar. What am I talking about? An elf, and humans. General being the one that represents humans, and the king themselves, but they're not technically part of the council. They kind of govern the kingdom, but they're also there. While plotting, one Amber more or less discerned you lying, and more or less vaguely suggested to not get in her way. When Aster said, "Well, how are we going to know we're in your way unless you tell us?" You guys agreed on a clandestine meeting here at this camp, which apparently you've been here for a couple days. I think a day and a half now. You've met John, you met Iris, you met Iris's kids. Well, her daughter at the very least. And you met a few other people here. John himself is currently taking up watches here and there, and you guys are more or less resting before she gets here. And that is more or less where you left off last time. There were a few things here and there that I might have forgotten, which honestly would be the bear, the giant skull on the back of it is the thing I forgot. I just remembered. And with that, you are more or less good to go. As night trails off, and oh yeah, Asher also gave Iris a whole bunch of money for the shanty down, which just means that they won't start for a while, since they are more or less the people that the kingdom has no representation for. It's not great. But as you're exploring, resting, Milo resting in a tree, John does come over after Dimension. He would take over a shift. One of the shifts, which would clock in at midnight. John then wakes you up, Aster. Aster, if you're already ready to go, it is your shift time. Just let me know if you need anything. I'll be at the big tent to the right of you.
Thank you.
Right. And he goes over to his tent. More or less everyone's asleep as you step out. There are a few people here and there, but it's a community. So unless you bring or involve someone into your conversations, they generally don't become a part of them.
If I remember correctly, I have about an hour before we're expecting her to show up, so I'll wait another 45 minutes before I go and wake up Yuko and Milo, and just do the patrol until then.
All right, go ahead and roll perception. That's pretty bad.
The duality of roles.
Fair enough. As you begin to look around you, it's still more or less that time when you haven't had your coffee in the morning, so you're more or less groggy. If you're not like that, congratulations. I don't drink coffee, so... I don't like the taste. It's by no religious means whatsoever. I don't know why people keep asking me that. I just don't like how it tastes. Cutting out that sentence before anything else happens. But it's basically that whole situation. You wake up, you're groggy until you actually wake up. And if you don't have caffeine in the morning, it's basically wait until your eyes adjust time. So until that happens, you're basically more or less looking around, looking at the obvious, but not seeing anything out of the unobvious, if that makes sense. As time rolls along, it's about 10-ish minutes before the strike of 1.
Yuko. I'll wake up Yuko and Milo.
Without too much of an issue, I actually do. I don't know why it's not showing Yoko's stuff, but whatever. As you begin to rise up and stir, you can tell that it's close to the time of your meeting. You have chosen here for one reason or another. Beforehand, you were more or less describing the docks, and then decided not to, which was good, because there's still a dead body there, and that might be discovered at
That's a
one point or
different
another.
city.
Yeah, that's at the other city.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's not the original city.
the first city we were at.
Oh yeah. Well, a string of drownings might be discovered eventually. But instead it decided to meet here. After some time and me just flapping about until I can get Yoko's token shown properly, you more or less eat up the time until, well, the destined time. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing your AC, but whatever. Eventually, the individual that is expected does arrive. As soon as they copy and paste them. Let's see. As she arrives into the shantytown, you do notice her. She's not really hiding. She simply walks through the streets until she arrives into the more or less. It's basically in the park. It's just a little weird, but not so weird that people don't know what's going on here. It's basically, hey, you're different. Put you in here. Or, hey, this is really the only place people will consider you humanoid. Which is bad. I don't know why Yoko popped up twice, but I'm going to let that one go. Because it might have just
I
been
was
my
messing
screen.
with the token.
Oh, okay. Oh, were you trying to flip it to your disguise?
No, I was seeing if I could get the bars to work.
Oh, well, the second bar does show up now, but it doesn't show the num. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that was about. But you already know her name, so I'm just going to show it to you. Amber does approach you without too much of an issue, as you are more or less 4, including the bear, out of 10 people that are currently awake. Coming over, she does state, well then, I have arrived to this, looks around, humble abode. Any reason why you decided to meet here?
This is where we're staying at.
Well, that's out of the way. I figure we can go on a small walk away from everything. Be by ourselves.
We could have literally met anywhere else. All you've done is shown me where you're staying for the night. And if things go sour, a place I might need to endanger if I was such a person. You're not very good at this, are you?
Again, who's to say that we stay here often? I only meant to stay here tonight, meet with you here tonight, because it's off the beaten path.
So is a road.
I would argue that the road is the beaten path.
Fine
got a
then,
point.
an alley. Can we move on?
You're the one who keeps on nagging about it.
Stares at you with daggers.
I just shrugged. Tell me I'm wrong.
For some reason, Milo disappeared on my screen, but that's fine.
Probably under his bear.
No, it quite. Oh wait, it showed up again. I don't know what's going on with my account, but whatever. You okay?
Sorry. I'm good now.
Technically,
This looks like the middle of the city.
yeah.
I thought
yeah.
we were trying to go somewhere like less populated.
You said going for a walk. It would be the middle of the city, but it'd be nighttime, so these guys would be gone. Give me a second. I said I had no prep time.
Your voice changed there for a second.
Because I'm panicking.
The bear!
Hang on, man. No prep time, and you disappeared for some reason on the last screen. I just honestly just copied and pasted you. Bear there. Bear currently not visible. Walking along the streets. Amber does state. So then, what do you want to discuss other than who's pointing and where is it pointing to? Did I miss someone?
Right at the
Yeah,
corner.
someone in
Oh.
the top left.
It's not going to be completely barren. It's a city. It's not the
Sounds
woods.
like witnesses to me.
Yeah, sounds like witnesses.
We go over there and it's like a 18-year-old trying to throw rocks at his beloved windows.
Well, you gotta
Well.
die!
Anyways, wow, someone is trying to test their speakers underneath me or next to me. I don't know where that vibration's coming from.
I can hear it. I'm not joking, I could hear it coming through when you were speaking.
Oh, that is weird. I am going to see. All right, with any luck, noise suppression helps. Neighbors. Impressive stereo system. Don't do that. Anyways, going along, you do manage to get there without too much of an issue. She does state, so then, anything you want to discuss, or should we get along with it already?
Well, you were going to tell us what it was that you were planning, and then we were going to tell you what we were planning. And I was going to decide from there how things escalated or de-escalated as required.
Potentially, if I tell you, you'd easily just lie, especially if it's something you prefer me not to do, as you could jeopardize your own. So how about this?
Look, lady, if we thought you were a problem, we would have gotten rid of you by now.
You do realize that works two ways, correct?
I'm just saying, with how paranoid you are and untrusting of us, you've still made it this far.
Vague threat aside, miss. It is still a two-way street. And as you plainly stated, as paranoid as I am, clearly your vague threat shows that I'm correct to be this paranoid. So how about this? She takes out, quite literally, dice made out of silver, platinum, and gold. Evens odds, you go first, or I go first, and you can choose whichever one you'd like.
I have a better way to decide it.
That being?
I'm going to shake this tree. If a bird flies out, we go first. If one doesn't, you go first.
Push the dice away. Sure. That's not any better, but it is still a gamble. And Aster, I'm assuming you're gonna cheat this.
I don't know how I would.
I know a few ways. But that's GM talking. Are you gonna shake the tree?
I'm gonna wait for my comrade to finish typing because I think they might be cheating this. Okay.
Okay, that was enough. That was a good no, but that was enough.
Quick. No, I can't subtly cast anything.
Okay. Aster,
Nope,
go ahead and
only
roll athletics.
sorcerers.
Do what? Yoka?
Nope,
Or
only
ruckus?
sorcerers.
Yeah.
Or I suppose if you took the meta magic feat.
Yeah.
Let the record be shown that I said that I would shake the tree. I give it a single shake. And I do so as gently as possible.
Is what you do. You still cheated, but it's not in the way she anticipated. She really should, or I rather should have interpreted it properly. I'm just gonna roll D100. It's pretty.
It's good with the way
Feeble.
that he did it. You
Yeah, I'm gonna
should-
say 1 through 5. A bird flies out. Anything above that, nothing happens except maybe like a leaf or something. Whoa, I was close.
Jesus Christ, that was close.
So there are clearly birds in that tree.
There's-
It's just I
as
didn't
you look
manage
up,
to wake them.
There's like an entire flock of birds in there. You even see a bat, like looking at them. For some reason, there's a bat here. I did have rules for other things, but yeah, there are birds there. Thankfully enough, no one woke up.
They're just looking at you going, dude, what the hell, man?
The fuck you want? We're trying to sleep.
I'm gonna cast speak with animals and see if I can understand if they're saying anything like, dude, what the fuck?
No. Unfortunately, Aster's feeble attempt did not waken or stir anything, except maybe like a leaf falling to the ground. Amber just looks towards you. Cute. But I did make a wager, so I am honest to my word. As it
So my
looks at Tree. Technically,
the truth you hear is not always the truth that is said.
that's why I said technically. Anyways, the arrangement I have currently with the officer in question, officer being general, is somewhat tangible to a circumstance I am currently going through. There's someone I need to protect, and that's why I'm helping them until I'm able to get them out of the predicament they're in. And potentially your mission or job could be part of that situation.
So who is this person you're trying to help? Just so we know to like not mess with them?
That wasn't part of the situation at hand.
You would rather keep
No,
it
but
private,
it's a
we can do so.
reasonable request.
That is true.
Wait a second, y'all both were talking, so I didn't hear half of what either one of y'all said.
Basically, they were both smack talked her. Amber then said,
I said it was reasonable.
Yeah, I said no, but it's a reasonable request.
okay. I feel like Yoko, you would give sass. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yoko's getting a little sassy.
Especially with this person. She is also sassy. So that makes sense.
definitely with this person.
Mm-hmm. Amber does state, I suppose could it potentially hurt so long as you actually agree to everything at the very end of this. I don't know why Esther moved away. A little worried about that. It's fine if you did. I'm just not sure why.
We're just like he's just pacing like
Amber does state. The person in question is named Lily, and she's currently being experimented on by the general in question. I
Oh,
intend to get her out of that situation, or make sure she survives it.
I kind of looks over at Aster and Yoko. I'm like, not
Out of
giving
character.
showing.
Do we know Lily?
I might have used the name twice, but no, you shouldn't know this person.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna
Should?
change the name.
Okay. I was about to say we shouldn't know it, so we could possibly.
I mean, it's a relatively common name.
Yeah, that's why I used it in my notes, but I could have potentially
It's
just
fine. You
used
can
it
use
twice.
you, Lily.
Hey, whatever. I'll discover it later when it happens. But yeah, I'm gonna use Lily until it goes away. And depending on what you are assigned to, you might be in the way, so to speak. And based off your already lies and conjecture of bending the truth, it
The
does
truth has
seem
never been.
the truth is bent, not broken. That's why you were able to skirt around what I initially thought. But you still did your own actions, but that is bending the truth. Now, if you broke it outright, that is completely different. Or should I say skewering the truth, or swaying it to a little bit to the left, if that's preferable to you.
Truth is the truth. I did nothing besides it.
You're just upset he tricked you.
And there we go. Tricking me. That is still bending something. It is not breaking anything. I'm
You
not
fell
saying
for it.
you're... I already don't
Amber.
like you.
The
You've been
feeling's mutual.
assuming that you have been honest with us, at least as honest as can be. We might have something we can offer you.
This is coming from... looks towards Milo. Someone has already lied in the beginning of their presence. Someone that is willing to
Lie to you.
sway with words. And someone that's just straight up back-talking me every time I speak.
Milo thumbs up Yoko.
Like, don't get me wrong, I clearly deserve the way she's speaking with me. But regardless...
Let me say this. For one, I might have lied, but the way what you just said, you make it out that I lied to you. I did not lie to you.
It does not matter if you lie to me, just that you're a liar. Which means you could potentially
Okay,
be
so
a problem.
you're a liar too. You're a liar too. Everybody is a liar once in their life.
I'm not.
Really? That's a first.
Thinking back on it, Milo, Aster has honestly not ever lied to you. He's told you what his mission is. He's told you what is going on. Like, he may not have given you everything immediately, but it doesn't seem to he has lied ever.
Yeah, like I have like it's like Milo's sitting there like kind of like cocks his head a little bit. It's like, huh, this is a first for me. Everybody I've met has at least lied once.
Maybe that shows more about the company you normally keep.
Yeah, you got a point.
Regardless, clearly like cutting her out of the conversation. Why should I believe you and this offer?
Because I have a lot more to lose.
Tell me about that now that I've told you my truth.
We can agree to a mutual dislike of Tara, yes?
More or less.
I plan to take his power as my own to sit upon the seat of the council as the military advisor.
You do realize you need a substantial amount of backing behind you.
I've had that covered already.
As well as a majority vote within the council seating to place you there. Although,
Again,
obviously,
something that I've seen too.
she was going to say something important, but, okay.
Did I notice that she was about to say something?
She did get cut off there, but she went along the lines of, well, obviously, and then asked her, cut off the sentence there. And then she just went, mm-hmm.
Did it look like she had more to say on that
Yeah.
part?
I would not have cut her off because I heard, well, obviously, as like a period, like ending a sentence.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Then that last conjecture part didn't happen. She does state, well, obviously, takes a moment of pause, and then states, to make sure you don't get cut off again, it's all just for show, and the king themselves, if he votes yea or nay, decides truly. I've been to enough of the meetings.
That's something that we can arrange.
Well, as long as your plans don't interrupt mine, I don't care who sits at the throne at the end of the day.
No one has said anything about the throne. Just the military advisor.
It is... doesn't matter. See at the council. See at the very big chair. At the adult table. The big boy chair. It was metaphorical.
Forgive me.
I mean, if you think about it, our plan pretty much takes care of yours.
So long as you don't get caught. Potentially. But now that that's been cleared up more or less, as your friends there weren't part of our arrangement, but I'm wondering why they're assisting other than potential wealth. Why do this to begin with? Other than for power, of course.
Sorry.
The what?
Convenient water is convenient.
Okay, what? Okay, I'm confused still.
Aster and his history of drowning people.
Oh,
It's a very effective way of dealing with spellcasters, okay? I don't want to hear it.
oh no, it's true. It just like slipped my mind. It's like I didn't understand what's going on.
Mhm.
I was listening and I was paying attention. It just didn't click.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm sure that my compatriots have their own ambitions, but for now, they are helping me with mine.
Fine then. Then stay out of my way and we shouldn't have an issue.
I think we could help each other.
How so?
If I take his seat, I have no intentions of continuing experiments on... You said it was your sister, yes?
Our friend.
Her friend. Forgive me. This Lily, whatever she is to you. I have no intention of keeping her. I would release her post-haste.
I mean, you would. The kingdom is a different story.
Was it the kingdom doing the experiment, or is it the general?
I've already told you that the king runs the rules and the rest of the council's there just for show, right? Who do you think ordered all this?
Yes, but does the king have her then? Or does the general?
She just audibly sighs.
I mean,
The
if the
general runs the tests. The king is fully aware that these things are happening as he designated them to happen.
Mhm.
Okay, so that clarifies things.
I thought it was obvious, but yes.
No, because people can have their own objectives separate from their rulers.
Exactly.
Yes, that is true. But I've quite literally
We just
already
want to
told
know-
you that the king was in charge
Amber,
of all this.
Amber,
Already frustrated. She doesn't say anything, but she looks towards you.
I can understand why you're getting frustrated. The life of someone that you care for is under review, so to speak. And I can sympathize with that. Help me take that seat, and I will help you make them safe.
Asher, go ahead and roll persuasion. I would give you disadvantage if that wasn't mean and basing it off of Yoko. So it's honestly just you. You have not gained any favor from her, so it's just a straight up flat roll. Now, if Yoko tried to roll persuasion, disadvantage immediately.
Clearly, we're going for a good cop, bad cop vibe here.
Milo's just here in the back to cause chaos.
I'm feeling lucky.
Little does she know that the good cop, quotes, has drowned someone before.
The bad cop, quotes, hasn't.
But she's stolen a lot of things. And
Go-
then
yeah,
was
going-
given a lot of things after ordering them to give to her.
Going by strictly amount of people drowned, yes, Yoko has me beat in the morality department. But I feel like that is a very narrow line of thinking.
Yeah.
More or less.
Milo hasn't technically done anything like that. What has Milo done?
He's had his monkey throw shit at guards.
Hey, that's not terrible though.
Engaging in both zoological and biological warfare?
You also did technically ruin that guard's night. He did not go home happy with his
not
lady
moral
friend.
or-
Oh, yeah, you committed the gravest sin of cock blocking. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But besides that, get back in game before we go off a tangent. Amber does look towards you. 19's pretty good. Looking towards you, she does state. Still frustrated, but looking at you, she does state. If you do intend to do this, it has to be swift, and it has to be clear, and it has to be in the dead of night before anyone can discover what has happened. It would have to be when he's traveling towards his home or inside of his home while he's distracted. The only other place he is not guarded 24/7 would be the bathroom. But then again,
On the shitter.
Oh, near another convenient source of water.
tangents. She does state, with a disdainful look on her face. Although I am supposed to be outside of his door when he does that, which is gross. It is my job.
There's our. I mean,
So,
I'm
what you're
not.
saying is that when he travels to his home, at times like this, on nights like this, he is unguarded.
When he travels to his home or in his home, Right now, he's in his home, and I'm supposed to be guarding him. And that is my speaker accidentally when I tried to look something up. Ads. Anyways, she does state, depending on who's there, it could vary. His guards are outside stationed and looking around, and he does have a few assassins on watch on the roof. But you can get in just fine if you're supposed to be there, and as new associates, you could potentially get there without too much of an issue. That being said, the best distraction is one that you are fully aware of. So unless you have some sort of person that can easily distract a man, it would be up to all of you to do so.
Damn.
We do have someone who is quite charming, who would perhaps be able to lure him away from his estate.
Looks towards Yoko. I mean, look-wise, but attitude-wise, not so much.
Not her.
Not Yoko.
Looks towards Milo. He's not into men.
And you wonder why people backtalk to you when they talk to you.
I've already said, I deserve the attitude I get. I never once contradicted that notion.
No, we've an associate in the town who could perhaps make do. Tell me, you know perhaps more or less his schedule better than we. Where would be a good time for a charming young lady to make her mark on the general?
He is married, so around nighttime. Him and his wife obviously live in different areas currently, as she is in the summer home with his 2 children. He's not a very good man, but he is a powerful one. So people look at the other way.
That's convenient.
Wow, almost like the scumbag is a scumbag.
Yeah. But she does state, he likes pretty women. He also enjoys the convenient look of wealth upon them as well. He also likes them to have a talent, so it's just not all eye candy, as one would put it. So you can find someone like that. Perhaps an entertainer at the theater might be bribed into doing this if your friend doesn't agree on this clearly dubious circumstance. But tomorrow he is to go to a council meeting early in the morning. Afterwards, he is supposed to go and inspect his experiments. And then he is free until later tonight, where he is to go home.
So
How?
perhaps have her catch him on the way back from the experiments.
To go to his house.
That'd be fruitful. And length
Do you
of
know
the
the
best.
route? Do you know the route that he'll take from the experiments to his home?
I am his right-hand guard. I know the path.
Share it with me.
Your persuasion score is pretty good. Then she takes out a map and then begins to represent and show the pathway that they'll be taking. However, you are also expected to meet them tomorrow morning. So he might have given this information to you already, depending on what he's going to assign you.
Either that or he might give it to us tomorrow morning.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or having it now is good.
Having it now is very good.
Yeah. She shows you the path where he'll go to the council chambers. She then shows you the path that will go to the experiment site, and then there is no path afterwards because he has free time until he needs to go home. And by free time, clearly Amber meant time he can do stuff.
That's when we can get our quote unquote friend to meet, and then he would go back to the house ahead of time, and we could deal with.
This is excellent information, Amber. Information we should be able to use to make do with post haste.
As I mentioned beforehand,
And the bad thing is, I'm the one that's closest, like in like job wise. I'm the one closest to that, but yet our holy man is.
My oaths are to know God.
Yeah. Amber does state. Before we go on another tangent, Amber does state.
Sorry.
It's fine. We've been going on a lot of tangents. She does state. Oh, now I lost my track. Train of thought. Thank you. Holy man. Inquisition. Never expected.
Path. We got the path.
Yeah, she does
Paths.
state. As
Gonna
expected of the time when he's free, people look away, so he has less bodyguards around him. I am, of course, expected to be near him, and as such, if your plan fails, I cannot be seen collaborating with you, much less attacking
take
him.
it. Okay, that answers my question. I was gonna ask if we could rely on your help during a fight if we were to break out.
Oh,
I
honestly, no.
assumed as much. Though surely when he goes off to do more unscrutable acts, you're not expected to join him in such things, yes?
I have to be outside the door when he goes to the bathroom.
But you're gonna be with him when our quote unquote friend meets. Or you'll be around.
I will be around.
Does he make you take part?
No,
Oh my god,
I have
Yoko.
already set up boundaries for that.
And
Regardless.
he listens?
Regardless.
Okay,
let's-
let's
Yoko,
get all serious here now. This is serious talk right now. The shit can go down tomorrow, and one, we can kill him and our plan succeeds, or two, we could all be dead tomorrow.
I have no intention of dying.
I have no intention of dying either, but just because I have no intention of dying doesn't mean that it isn't possible.
We make our own existence. Amber? You're of arcane nature, yes?
I am.
Do you have something that would make it difficult to hear into or out of someplace?
Out of game, I kind of zoned out in the middle of that sentence. Sorry, Astor, what did you ask?
Do you have something that would make it difficult to hear into or out of a small area?
Oh, okay.
Say a hotel room or an inn room.
I do. Well, rather, I can cast the silent spell, so he can't. He makes a lot of noise, so I learned that spell. I'm not going to go into
So-
detail on that.
So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for you to not hear anything coming from the room if you had cast that spell on it.
I have already put boundaries on that, so yes.
Well, then do as you would normally. There won't be an issue.
Very well.
I must go. I have some things to prepare for tomorrow. Have faith in me, Amber, and I will have faith in you.
Have faith in your friend. That doesn't necessarily mean that they'll be able to do this. After all, unless they're very pretty, generally doesn't go for 5s and 7s, if you know what I mean.
Does he have a type?
Besides pretty, wealthy, and talented.
She more or less vaguely gestures around her chest and like does the whole hovering around chest thing.
No,
She didn't say anything beyond that point though. and begins to leave until she is gone from sight.
Well, I suppose now we have to find out where our friend is staying.
That's easy.
As you say that, you do see a bat, which I had mentioned beforehand, fly out of the tree that Aster shook not that long ago. Flies away into the sky.
That's ominous. I don't like that at all.
I'm gonna shoot it down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I'm assuming you're using your bow. An attack.
I'm gonna mark it
You
as my
bat.
target.
That is super
You
overkill, but
are
okay.
my sworn enemy.
I'm marking it. I'm doing my favorite foe. 18.
Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. So that is 24 plus 2.
You string your bow. Make an oath to murder this bat. Shoot an arrow directly into the sky. It shoots and pierces through end to end, immediately killing it because it only has 5 HP. It begins to fly into the ground and squashes into the ground. Just the
I
bat.
order the bear to run and grab it and bring the arrow back.
Snatch grab.
Snatch.
Arrow comes back. With a bat now in mouth. Maw.
Okay, then Milo.
Hey, food. I was getting hungry.
No,
No.
we're not eating bats. Stop it right now. We're not eating
Out of
bats.
game.
Hold up.
No bat eating. Milo, you could die.
I can eat bats.
No! Like, out of game.
Well,
Don't eat bats,
Aster
Milo.
would be safe.
Do what?
Aster would be safe.
Sure, because he's a paladin. But there's a reason why people don't eat bats unless you're in a very
I can-
economical situation.
I can cure diseases if need be.
They
I
call
know.
them sky rats for a reason.
Exactly, but I can cure diseases if I need to.
Oh wait, that's pigeons.
Also, don't eat pigeons. But it's out of game. Back in game. Milo, you just killed a bat. Aster, don't tell him that there's birds in the tree.
Regardless, she had made mention that she might be pursuing the theater, so I was simply going to check there first.
Well, she said,
why?
or he suggested, perhaps check
Why?
the theater for someone willing to do this for you if your friend doesn't agree.
I can just send her a message.
Oh, do
I've
that.
got this.
You have
I
a sending
pull the
stone.
sending- Yeah, I pull the sending stone out and say, we need to meet.
At the other end, you do hear a weird, gargled voice that, it's strange, but it is not her normal voice. You do hear, where and when?
Just give her our location. The sooner the better. Right now, even.
I tell her that where we're located at right now, and I say now.
All right then. And then, you hear a disconnect from your own sending stone.
Put it away.
Put it away. More or less, I'm gonna say, yeah, she's pretty far away, but not that far away. After 5 minutes, you do hear someone coming in, to the area. A nice dwarven stout woman, comes forwards, stern looking, looks towards Milo since he's the one that called. You wanted something.
I didn't know shapeshifting was in your repertoire.
One moment. She then, changes back and, presents Mary, but with different stylized clothing. Again, people have varying things that they're into, and right now I was gathering intel. And, well, dwarven men really like the beard.
Say no
Interesting.
more. Mary, I have a favor to ask of you.
Dependent, but sure.
There's a man.
Well, she knows most of the plan, right? Already.
She knows.
Yeah.
She knows basically everything. Yeah.
Like part of the plan was for Mary to be more of an
Established.
established here, which she is currently doing.
There's a man that we need you to lure into an inn an inn room, and then you need to disappear for a little bit. Though if you can shapeshift, that shouldn't be too difficult.
I can't go any bigger or smaller than I am. At a game, she can't be anything besides a medium-sized creature. So she can't turn into a rat or a giant.
It's
But
fine.
potentially,
fine.
yes.
As far as
I'll give her the route, and I'll point to like a spot between the travel distance from the council meeting to the experiments.
Yeah, and as you point that out, she does state, that is near the theater where I'm currently staying at. It shouldn't be an issue.
Have you some fanciful jewelry, some chest accentuating dresses?
She looks at you, like, and rolls her eyes. Yes.
Rather than perform, I'm sure he'll take the bait. He is not a man of outstanding moral fiber.
Do you know his type, so it draws him in a little bit better, or rather a little bit easier.
Yoko does that like outlining thing that Amber did,
Yeah. Oh, he
just
is...
like kind of an hourglass shape.
Mary nods and then states, I think I have someone in mind that I could change into.
If you could present yourself as perhaps rich seeming, all the better. And if you could really show off how skilled you are, either be it with music or acting, even better.
I think I know what it turned into. Very well then. Men like these generally like someone a little bit ditzy and easily willing to give an ear to an old man. I'm assuming he's old based off of his desires. Either way, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Do you know his race? Human, dwarven, dragonborn? Oh, human. More than likely he's going to be into elves. They're always into elves. I think I have just the disguise. Very well then. So tomorrow evening then.
Does that sound right to the timetable that we have?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes. I will secure a room for you at the inn in the nicer part of the town. Lead him there. We should be by around him so that we will see your disguise, and while he is performing the experiments, we'll go by the room and give the innkeeper your description so that he will give you the same room key.
She like raises an eyebrow because you never told her about the experiments, and she does state, there are boundaries I have.
He nothing towards you. It's something. Forgive me. I don't really have the time to explain right now, nor do I care to.
That is fine.
It's unsavory things that we will take care of once he is gone.
Good to know.
The innkeeper should give you the room to the key, the key to the room. We will wait for another compatriot of ours to make everything silent, and then we will strike.
Very well
You
then.
do know when she makes it silent, we cannot cast spells.
I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm going to
We
assume.
can't speak either.
I'm assuming this is part of the plan, which is fine, based off of what I need to know. And if things go awry, it's better for me not to know everything. Very well
Of
then.
course.
Is there anything else you need to discuss with me?
I don't think so.
All right then.
All I was gonna say is, as soon as you get him in the room, we'll be there quick as soon as we can.
Again, we'll wait until everything is silent. Try to lock the door if you can.
Understandable.
Anything to buy us time.
All right. Well, if you'll excuse me, I do have about 3 dwarven men in chains right now that I really must get back to.
Why? It doesn't sound like they're going anywhere.
She more or less chuckles at that. Oh, oops, her disguise. Turns back.
Well then.
Bop, bop.
Well
They're
then.
not going anywhere, but they do need to be freed. I do have boundaries, and them dying on me is not one of them. Is one of
Fair
them.
enough.
Sorry.
Alright, we'll see you when we see you.
Right then. Then makes way. Until she's gone.
We need to go get some sleep and get ready to go back in the morning.
To make it easier, I'm gonna assume like she tells you outright what her disguise is. She wouldn't like say it the next time you guys see her. So the next time you see her, she looks like this, which honestly, yeah, fits to a T. Blonde elven woman, nice porcelain skin, very pretty eyes, and
You're like put an eye out.
yeah.
Alright. Let's get some sleep, get rested, get rejuvenated, and get set up. Guys,
Has there been any signs of people in these buildings near us not minding their own business?
You can go ahead and roll perception. What's everyone's passive, by the way?
16.
16.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
Not in the 16 club feels bad.
Why? when
This
you were
time you're not.
when you were looking around, or at least rather, when you were speaking with everyone, you didn't really notice anything, and when you're looking around now, you still don't notice anything. Yoko with the 23, you see that 3 blocks from here, there's this random woman that's there. You don't know what she's doing, but she's too far away to actually hear you.
Witness by silence.
I'm just gonna go check and see if she's homeless.
Okay. As you roam over towards that other area, you do see a nice woman currently at the streets. When you do come over, she doesn't seem to have like any wear or tear of clothing. That would suggest that she continuously wears them. When she looks at you in the street, she does simply state, "Oh, hi. Can I help you with something?"
Just checking on you. Is there a reason you're out so late?
Oh, no, I just misplaced something and I was looking for it on the streets. It's fine though.
All right. Just checking. Have a safe night.
You as well. You can tell that she's more or less jittery. It is like way past midnight. And if you want to roll insight, you can. But it's like
she's clearly waiting for someone, right?
Hard to tell, but yeah, it looks that way. Like she was pacing before she spotted you, and then you saw her, and then she froze in place. While Yoko and Milo are around the corner.
Yeah, I'm listening in.
Did she get stood up?
Oh, that's a 23. Not 20.
Natural 23.
Based on the information you have, based on how she's currently jittering, based off how she paused when she saw you, the inflection in her voice and everything around her does suggest that she was stood up, and she's still waiting, hoping that the person would get there eventually. But based on how long she has been pacing, or at least based on the fatigue on her soles of her shoes that you saw, she's been there for at least maybe an hour.
You should get some sleep. But it's none of my business. You have a quiet night, and I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm still looking. I might be here for a little bit, but thank you.
I don't like leaving her here by herself.
She'll be fine.
As
Come on, please.
you say that, Yoko,
I'm
Milo, Astra, you don't. You notice this woman, immediately, there is not a rope, how should I describe this? If you've ever seen Attack on Titan, basically a metal pike is shot around her, overlaps, and basically lassos her, and you see her being pulled up onto the roof.
Okay.
I told you, throw me!
Do you throw Milo, or do you just ignore this? You honestly have no idea what's going on.
What?
Heading to the roof. Guess what, Milo? You're headed to the roof.
Everyone go ahead and roll turn order.
I said that throw.
So, I lied when I said that I forgot her, because I left her after Yoko mentioned that. Which would make sense for me to remove her after that point in time. That's a 3.
You know, I'm still feeling lucky.
I mean, it's initiative. It doesn't mean...
A natural 1, natural 20.
I was gonna say, like, it's initiative. You could still potentially do something, but sure.
Does he throw me? How far does he throw me?
Before that, though, I'm gonna explain the situation at hand. As you look around, you do see this woman basically dragged onto the roof with this weird metal contraption. As you look above and at the situation at hand, you do see someone more or less dressed in all dark garbed clothing. Very hard to see unless you were actively looking for this, which ironically enough, Yoko, you were. He's not moving, or she's not moving. I am just moving them so I can get them in turn order. Rolled okay, but both of you, Yoko and Astra, go before him. As this happens, you do notice this individual. If you weren't actively looking for this person, you would not have seen them. Whatever's going on, clearly is a problem. And up to bat, Astra, you're up first.
Grab Milo.
Grab Milo.
All right, I'm sitting on his shoulders.
Throw Milo.
Throw Milo.
All right, go ahead and roll athletics.
Aiming to, like, lob him up onto the roof. I actually imagine it's more like I'm bracing his feet and throwing him at the same time he's jumping.
Mm-hmm. Because he technically can't. My feet are probably able to fit in one of his palms, probably. How big you've described Astra to be.
And shot putting Milo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
18's pretty good. Milo, as you basically get shot put into the
Fastball
sky.
special. I am the fastball special. Let's do this shit.
You're being thrown on the roof. That's impressive enough with an 18. You're not going to be able to get a swing with him, but you are going to be able to be next to him on your turn. Oops, wrong one. Next to him on your turn.
He's next to me too.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's what I meant. But you're able to do that, Aster. You do have a bonus action left if you decide to take it.
How high is this wall?
I'm gonna say it's a standard fencing wall mechanism, so 3 to 5 feet. So I'm gonna go with an even 4.
I'm going to action surge and take the dash action. I'm gonna
Alright.
try to leap from fence.
What's your athletics? Sorry, strength modifier?
My strength modifier is 5.
Yeah, you can easily do that. Climbing, or at least jumping onto the wall, you then jump and tumble into the area ready to strike this man. Anything else? Oh wait, you don't get a bonus action on a acid surge.
But he still has his bonus
Still
action.
have my
Oh.
bonus action.
Yeah, that's true.
This is true. I'll land a little bit back, and as I come up from my roll, I use quick toss. I thought about using it on Milo, but
You can expand one spirity die and make a range attack with a weapon that has the throw property. You can...
Does that describe Milo?
No, unless you had the feat that basically you can use other stuff as weapons. I forget what it's called.
Tavern Brawler.
Tavern Brawler, thank you. You can draw the weapon as part
I
of the
could
mechanism.
be a weapon!
but yeah, as I come up from my roll, I flick out a hand axe.
All right.
I can be considered a weapon.
You take out the hand axe and basically lob it over towards them. However, they immediately aren't able to be hit by it, as 14 is not enough. They immediately are aware of the situation at hand. First Milo coming in, then Aster, so they're able to move out of the way. But the 14 is actually pretty good. That you sever the connection. Now she's tied, so she can't go anywhere, but currently not tied to him. So that line is cut.
And then I'll finish closing the distance.
All right.
Clearly, this is I'm using it like a shuriken, and I'm distracting her, whatever. Paladin ninja.
Paladin.
Speaking of the East, Yoko.
I'm gonna use a key point to use Step of the Wind.
Monk shit! Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run over here, hop up on the fence, and try and jump up onto the roof and head up to there.
Yoko, what's your athletics
You're
bonus?
standing on me! I can be,
Well, I'm
in the
gonna
same
move
spot
after
as-
I attack.
I can
I'm
still
not
be in
gonna
the same.
end my turn there.
Why not? I mean,
Um,
I can be in the same spot as you.
Because it looks weird.
Sorry, what were you asking?
What was your athletics bonus? Sorry, strength bonus?
0.
Go ahead and roll athletics.
Dead. He's using
However,
dead.
jump distance is doubled. From
Oh,
Step of the
yeah,
Wind.
then you're fine, Yoko. Thank you, Aster. Able to jump without too much of an issue. Jumped up, hop, and you're there. You get near Milo, so you're able to strike. What do you do?
I'm going to use Booming Blade and attack this villainous kidnapper.
Good idea.
Yeah, 20 does hit.
And that's just the damage for if they move.
As you pierce in and then coil the electricity through their body, you can tell that there is a... they do have a lot of metal armor, so go ahead and do one additional 1d8. That's a lot of damage. You basically cause this person to spasm in place. And as you do, I'm going to use past perceptions. Milo and Yoko, you do see some sparking underneath the mask. But besides that,
And I'm gonna... Then I'm gonna just move up behind them with the rest of my movement. Kind
All
of
right.
Up there.
So basically, move us down one bit. So
At this point in time, Yoko, I would say that green area is the lawn on the ground.
Yeah, I can't move up behind the person because I would be
Oh.
off the map.
Yeah, that's true. I would also say behind the person is also off the roof.
it's a small building.
And I guess I'll just stay here.
Not everyone owns a 2-story building, Milo.
I'm not
yes,
talking about 2-story.
it is
I'm
a
just
small
talking-
building.
It's a small building.
Hey, I can only make maps so different. Anyways, as this individual looks around, they do notice each of you now without too much of an issue. However, their main concern is the woman he was trying to get. But not in a nice, hey, romantic way. It's more like kidnapper way. No, they would go with a basic instinct of fight or flight, and they would fight you rather than flee, contradicting to the numbers. Looking towards you, they begin to bring out a dagger, and I'm going to say they aim towards eeny, meeny, miny, reroll on 4. Aster. As they begin to lunge straight towards you, I am highly doubting that'll hit, but it's still a pretty good bonus. That's a 14.
Riposte.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, just a second. I just got up to let my dog out and had to switch to my phone.
No problem.
Looks like we might be killing someone on our little midnight meeting after all.
Sorry about that short delay.
No problem.
Riposte. Spinning the maneuver die. And we'll do Shocking Duster. And
Unfortunately, he
well-
does not. Was that?
I'll use my last luck point for the night.
Okay. Why does that keep happening?
Because he's lucky.
I guess.
Lucky.
Aster, go ahead and roll damage. Man, he's already used the uncanny dodge too. Can't use it again.
Is that
Wow,
the-
sounds like paladin things are about to happen.
Yep.
Oh wait, it's his turn again. He would get it back.
Sounds like paladin things are still gonna happen. Oh wait, no, hold up. Shocking Duster, he doesn't get a reaction because Shocking Grasp.
Damn it!
So there's Shocking Duster, and then another 2d8 from Shocking Grasp.
And isn't it lightning damage? So maybe more damage?
It would be more damage, yeah. Unfortunately, this person's susceptible to electricity. Go
So
ahead and roll another d8. I'm gonna say
that
the
double
additional
crit?
d8 is not doubled.
Okay. And then... Oh, hold up.
Because
let
I
me
fear
look
for
at
this
Riposte.
man's life.
Let me look at Riposte real fast.
Well, that's 22 more damage right there. And he hasn't smited yet.
Yeah.
2 from Riposte. And
29.
Also, don't forget, don't double the 2. That 2 is from the
hit crit, yeah.
No, yeah, don't double that.
Yeah,
one.
I got it. And are we feeling a first or a second level smite?
Second level.
Yeah, smite this motherfucker.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Do the math, please, because I lost track after rolling the 6 dice.
No worries, I am doing it now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the fact that Smite gets doubled in crits too. It's really nice.
Well, fudge. He had 50 health.
Yeah, that-
And even halving Yoko's, which would go down to 7, reduced. Hit with 15, reduced down to 7. Because I was being a little nice. Then 40 flipped 8. Astro, how you want
Is
to
that
bring this man
double?
down?
Is that doubled yet?
It should be.
It's not that it was doubled; it's that he just was taking extra damage.
Yeah.
Uh,
How do you bring this guy down? Do you like lob his head off? Do you gut punch him to knock them out? I don't know.
So what was he attacking me with?
A dagger. Like a straight up dagger.
My one hand like literally catches the dagger, and then the shocking grasp one, which I keep picturing as having like 2 longer spikes, as like sort of taser prongs.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like absurd, but noticeably like spiked and longer than the rest of the knuckle.
Yeah.
Just like catches him in the gut, and then there's this pulse of electricity, and then there's this pulse of divine radiant energy. And I just kind of let him slump down.
All right. Hitting his body with enough force to... I think I've already used this metric already. Kill an entire village of farmers. You just hit him with enough force to knock down an elephant, because I think an elephant only has 30 HP. I could be wrong. He hits the ground immediately, and well, combat is essentially over. I thought this would be, I don't know, maybe 3 rounds?
I didn't even get to attack.
Yeah, I thought maybe 3 rounds and he'd call in for backup. But no, it took
He didn't even finish the round.
Half a round.
Yeah.
and Aster's reaction.
I'm gonna unbind the woman.
You guys are still on the roof. You can unbind her, that's fine. She could potentially fall back down. But we are going to take our friendly break here so I can give my cat their medicine. And so I can wonder how I didn't give you guys 3 as individuals to fight. All right, I'll be back.
Quick update before you go.
Yeah.
Not enough to kill an elephant, but enough to kill 2 war horses.
Okay. New metric, war horses. All right, I'll be right back. Be back in 5. Yeah.
I'm here and ready to continue when everyone else is.
Yeah, just let me know.
I'm here.
All right. Star, let me know.
Yeah, I'm smoking a cigarette, but if we're not, I mean, if we get into a fight again, I'm not at the computer, but I can role play and stuff, so I'm good to go. But if we start fighting, give me a second.
Let me roll something. Star, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Just let me remove this, and we're gonna go. As you begin to move around and make sure that the woman is okay, Milo, you begin to unbind her, and she's currently frantic. She's not like running away scared. It's more like deer caught in the headlights, not knowing what to do.
Just stay calm. Just stay calm. Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay. Do you guys help her off the roof and basically shoo her to go home?
Well, how high is the building?
I'm not gonna tell you. It's 4.5 miles tall, so 12 feet.
All right. I'm gonna whistle, and the bear's gonna come over to the side. Now be calm. The bear's not gonna hurt you. He's my companion.
I'm not gonna ruin this for you, Milo. So it happened. She's calm. She wouldn't not be in real life.
The bear's gonna stand up on two legs and reach up, and I'm gonna help her into its arms and help her to the ground.
I'm gonna have her roll animal handling. She's
Why
fine.
the bear's not gonna do anything.
Now it's her not freaking out completely. It wouldn't have done anything. Honestly, it would have just had your bear roll athletics or acrobatics to catch the woman if she stumbled and fell. That's honestly what that roll was.
What was it?
An 11, which is enough to not fully panic. Well, not fully panic, but to accidentally slip while she's being directed by your bear, which is fine.
Who are you? Before she goes down.
Tabitha. I work at the library in town.
Are you a noble?
No. In fact, I have no last name.
Who are you meeting?
So, man, it's very weird for her. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna phrase it this way. I was meeting someone that, wanted to talk for a bit.
Wanted to what?
Wanted to talk for a bit.
I didn't hear you.
She said, wanted to talk for a bit. But you can clearly, tell that that is not what they were gonna do. More than likely, got invited to a date, got stood up.
Did you know them beforehand?
No, they visited the library from time to time, but, this morning is when they invited me out.
Do you know their name?
His name's Lawrence. I don't know the last name, though. I don't know if he has a title or anything like that, but he was well dressed.
Okay, hold on. Out of character excuse noises as I'm walking back to the bedroom.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to go ahead and unmask this man.
Okay. She's currently on the ground, so if she gasps or not, you can't tell. You unmask, unfurl the man. Unfurl the man? That makes no sense. You remove the mask, and underneath is a more or less half-elf individual with a weird metallic structure over their mouth. It looks like at a game. Think Darth Vader bottom mask part.
Bane?
Yeah, I guess Bane. I didn't see that movie. Unfortunately or fortunately, I heard it was
It was mediocre. wasn't
The
bad. It
Batman?
was just not the best.
The Batman movie?
The Batman movie.
The Bane one, yeah.
So I forgot about Bane. But Tabitha can't see if that's Lawrence. Or
I
not.
didn't want her to see.
Yeah,
the
I
body
assumed. But I'm just letting you know.
I'll ask if this was a half elf. If Lawrence was a half elf, and generally describe the assailant, leaving out the Bane mask.
Yeah. She nods. Yeah. Although, I don't know if he's around here though, or like lives nearby. I've only seen him for the last couple week, a couple days.
So he's this one. Then here's the one she sent. Huh.
Out of game, in game. Yes, from the information you have, Lawrence was the man she was going to meet. He stood her up for a while, more than likely for some unknown reason you really don't know, and you can probably ask. But based off of this information, yes, this man is, the assailant /
Lawrence.
Because he's an asshole, yes. He's an asshole. But there's also another reason in game. Also, he's an asshole.
I'm gonna let
Milo take over the. I was gonna let Milo take over the questioning of her, and was gonna continue searching his body.
Yeah, I'm gonna take his mask and put it away and jump down.
Okay.
Yoko, what are you up to?
Breather mask or the mask that covers his face?
Do what?
Basically the mask that covers most of his face, or the mask that is more or less Bane.
He had two I'm confused.
It's basically a cloth that covers his face, which is a mask, and then the Bane mask, actual thing.
Was underneath the cloth. I'm taking the Bane mask.
Okay, you take that. The cloth's on the side. You hop down.
Zorro and Bane.
I guess. Anyways, you hop down. Nah, I'm not gonna hurt you by jumping down. You get down with your bear. It's fine. Run around. Aster, as you're examining this man, you do find he is in half elf, and when she was describing him, it's weird. Because you already know that they don't take kindly to various things, and interspecies mixing is probably one of them. Because these kingdom's kind of an asshole. But he's also an asshole, so like it doesn't matter. You don't have to feel pity for this man. But you also find a few things here and there. You do find 3 daggers stashed around his body, one in his boot, one in his palm, and another one you already on the ground. You found that when he tried to attack you. In his person, you do find 5 furled pieces of paper. When you open them, you see 5 portraits, and one of them is of Tabitha. As you also examine the rest of his person, you find 2 health potions, 3 gold, 17 silver, and 42 copper. And that's it. Oh, on the pieces of paper with the icons of these women, actually 2 of them are technically men, of these people, you do find more or less a bounty on top of the image itself. On Tabitha's, it reads 10 gold. On another person's, let's call them Nora, 13 gold. On another person, let's call him Will, 2 gold. It seems that they have bounties on their head for some reason or another.
Is there any sort of marking that would
shit.
give away who's putting these bounties on?
Based on how it looks, you haven't really seen anyone's handwriting except maybe the generals. No, you've been to the school, so you might have seen portraits and stuff. Go ahead and roll history.
Well, what I was really asking was, is there anything that identifies this as being part of the owls?
Oh, okay. By the way it looks, it definitely can represent something of that nature. I'm gonna go ahead and make you roll investigation to see what you find. That's pretty good. From what you can tell, this man, whoever this person may be, potentially is part of the Night Owls, which is a criminal organization within the kingdom itself that can also operate publicly because they more or less have a role to play for the kingdom because, hey, this kingdom's an asshole if it was a person. That being said, though, they are also spies, so they don't operate exactly in the open. But if they get caught, they disappear after a few days. If you get my meaning. If you don't, basically, they disappear. That's all you really have to know. But based off of the information you have in front of you, you can tell that these bounties were placed underneath the Night Owls. But with the way it's written, it's too much of a filigree here and there. The words are too fancy that it would just be them alone. So there's a separate party that ordered these out, but the Night Owls are currently taking these upon themselves.
So there's a third party that issued these, and then the Night Owls are fulfilling.
Yes.
Okay.
But Milo, you go down, find Tabitha. Is there anything you say to her, or are you just escorting her home?
Oh, she's not going anywhere yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Or are you just keeping an eye on her?
I'm keeping an eye on her until my friends join me or give me any more information because I don't know what he's found up there, so I can't really ask too many questions that I didn't already ask.
Okay.
The 3D maneuver gear.
Looking at this person where it would be, you find a weird tether wire rope to the right of them. It looks like a box, but the wire itself is severed and cut because I thought it'd be cinematically cool, so I made you do that. You can repair it if you decide to.
I want to, but yeah, I'm gonna take a look over that. And
yeah. Master, go ahead and roll.
I could actually mend it back together.
Yeah, I'll just put it away for now. And
okay.
Do that later.
If you can decide to investigate it, if you have Tinker tools, you can overlook it or give it a once around. If you don't, Arcana. But that's for another time. You take it. You take the wire that was cut, and you find the. It's more or less of a hook that wraps around into the wire, and take that as well.
And then I'll jump down and I'll show Milo and Athena, or sorry, what was her name?
Tabitha.
Martha?
Tabitha.
It's covered by Milo.
Not anymore. I just didn't want to do that because it then covers Milo. There we go.
Cool. And I'll show them the portraits and ask if she knows any of those individuals.
Oh, I don't know everyone, but I do know. Points to one that says Sally. Sally, she's a baker in town. She helps out the owner.
So, what are you? You're a librarian, right?
Yeah. Thankfully, I was hired by the head librarian to assist them.
What do you assist them with?
Cataloging books, putting them back, and things of that nature.
Anything else that would what's the word? Set you aside from the rest to be targeted like this? Anything that you might have done in the past?
I don't think so. I don't have a I don't really have anyone that would warrant this against me.
Hey, Milo.
Mm.
Let me pull it off to the side here real fast. I think she and these people are getting targeted because they're
Loners.
No.
Not gonna be easily missed.
Races aren't being treated correctly in this.
What
city.
race does Tabitha look like?
She more or less looks like a human mixed with weird I think I'm pronouncing this right or remembering this right. It's the symptom that has different pigmentations of your skin. I think it's vitiligo. I could be wrong. But she has like humanoid features that represent human, and then like splotches here and there of merfolk skin.
She's okay. She's not one of the. Yep. Okay, I got what you're saying. I'll look at the pictures of each of them, of the other ones too, and they have the similar. They're like a similar situation.
I will tell you they are not colored, so you don't know. But you do know the races and stuff like that. You do find one that is human. You do find another one that's a orc. You do find one that is an elf, maybe an half elf based off of their appearance and their eyes. They don't like. There are some people here and there that would fit in the crowd, but based off of how the actually, Milo, go ahead and roll investigation yourself. 22 is pretty good. As you investigate these, 22 is pretty good. As you investigate these things, you can tell that sure, a good amount of them do more or less not belong in the fold that they're trying to weave. Weird phrasing. Most of these people don't seem to be in the hierarchy that these people are creating. But you can also tell that some of them do belong there. The only thing that seems to match up and correlate correctly is that each of the peoples named in these pamphlets, more or less, don't have a last name.
So they're easily forgotten.
Not what I meant, but sure. I mean, yeah, technically true. Milo, you're not wrong on that part.
Milo, do you point that out?
Yeah, I point out everything that I would have understood.
Tabitha,
Yes?
do you have a surname?
No. I was cast aside.
Did you have one at some point?
I'm sure my mother and father had one, but they didn't bestow it upon me.
If you don't mind us asking who they are?
I don't know. I was raised.
You don't know.
I was raised by caretakers.
Or are they targeting orphans? That's the most evil shit I think I've ever heard.
Do you know if your friend Sally is an orphan?
I know that
Or
she.
similar to your situation?
I know that she used to go be from a different city until she moved over here, and when she lost her family to a raid in her town.
Tabitha, seek asylum in the shanty town. It'll be safer there. You can still go to work, just don't stay out at night. There's clearly something wrong here in this town.
She nods. You can tell that she is a little bit skittish here and there. But she goes in the direction of the shantytown.
Tell them to ask her till second gear.
I'm gonna send the bear with her to make sure it is to protect her.
Okay. Man,
Actually, we can accompany her because we don't actually need to.
Yeah, we're going that way anyways.
Does anyone bring the unconscious body?
I'll.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what we were doing with this guy.
I'll slump him over the bear.
Yoko dangles them from the roof onto Bear.
Oh, she just roll him off.
Milo, go ahead and roll acrobatics for
the
Bear.
bear. Dex check.
No, to dodge the body.
13's pretty good. Does Milo want to have Bear dodge the body or catch the body?
No, he's catching it.
Okay, I will say it won't kill him.
In his teeth.
But it will hurt him.
Yogo, shut up!
Okay. Eventually, you guys do return back to the Shantytown campsite.
Oh, hey, Amber. Fancy seeing you here.
I didn't have time to prepare. Copy and paste. At this point in time, honestly, Aster, it would be a different person's charge to keep watch. They, I'm gonna make it Clarence's. Sure. Clarence comes over, looking towards you, Aster. Oh, Aster, it's, you can go ahead and rest. I didn't see you for a while there, so I'm assuming you went around the perimeter. Is everything all right with your friend there? Looks towards body on top of Bear.
I wandered a little bit away from town, admittedly, but this individual was attacking Tabitha here. She's a little shaken. Could you see that she's taken care of?
Looking towards the body, he does seem perturbed by the information, but he does nod and make sure that Tabitha is taken care of. Gotta take care of your own. I've already established that this is this type of situation. So they already don't like this man. You wake up, John.
God.
Aster, is it morning already?
No, sorry to wake you, but you've have an important job for you, actually.
All right.
And I'll show him the papers of the other individuals. And I'll point to Tabitha's. We rescued this lady. She was being attacked tonight. But I think these others are still in danger. I want you to bring them here.
Sent out a hunting squad to investigate. We're not gonna break into anyone's homes, but if we do find them on the streets, we're gonna make sure that they're safe.
By no means, just let them know what's going on.
All right. Afterwards, in the morning, explain to me what exactly is going on.
Of course.
He begins to head out, goes towards the Hunter's Lodge, little tent area, and then they disperse into town to go find these people. After Clarence makes sure that she's safe, she is taken care of by a few people here and there. She gets set up in the big tent, so she is never alone to make sure that she is safe. Clarence watches over her until he eventually falls asleep. Eventually, Iris, his wife, looks for the man and drags him out into the family tent. But that's another story. Anyways, as you get here, Aster, you can tell that this person is still unconscious.
Time up.
You tie him up. Not that hard. Does anyone have rope?
Now, no, but we have this. Well, I do have rope, but I also have the 3D maneuver gear. I'll use the cutoff bit to tie him up.
It's enough to tie him up. Because it was enough to tie the woman up. You begin to tie around and then knot it completely. So it is, unless you make I want to say athletic check of 16, pretty hard to go through. And if you do fail, you take 1d6 points of damage. It's honestly heavy duty wire, so you just hurt yourself.
Having cleared John out of the 110, we can take him in there.
Okay.
He gets 1 point of lay on hands.
All right. What would be good interrogation music? Phantom? No, Phantom is not. For some reason I thought it was Metal Gear Solid, but nope, Persona. I'm gonna go with Love Stain. That's fine. No, it's this exact same song I was playing. Doesn't matter. As you enter into the area, you do lay on hands this man without too much of an issue. Lawrence does wake up now with out a mask or whatever that thing Milo stole is. He's clearly not just a mask.
Oh, before he would have.
Go ahead. See what
I
happened.
would have asked her if Yoko would have seen if she could identify to see if it was magical or anything. While he was doing all that other stuff. But I just didn't want to interrupt you and stuff, so.
Yeah, I ritually identify it.
Yeah, when you're walking here, you ritually identify it. It has one magical property, and that is enchanted energy. There is a stone inside the mask that is basically a battery that is circulating energy through the mask.
So what is it?
Other than that identification of magic, no other magical properties are detectable.
So it doesn't do anything?
That's not what I said.
Would I be able to find out like what this could be used for?
Do you have Tinker's tools?
Nope.
Arcana. Even though it wouldn't be Arcana, but that's the best I'm gonna get.
I have Smith's tools.
Yeah, Smith's tools can work. I'm willing to bend the rules. You can go ahead and roll again. It's fine. I will tell you 11 gives you nothing.
What stat would you want me to roll for it?
Intelligence. Oh, that's a good roll. Based on the information you have, you investigate the power source, and it does seem to be circulating energy through it. But it is not magical, or at least the rest of the thing is not magical. As you begin to observe, poke, and prod, you can tell that it does have an effect outside of what you already know. You can tell that it is able to replicate a voice, but non-magically. What's the magical spell? It's a cantrip, but I am blanking on the name. I'm going to say prestidigitation, even though that's probably not it. It's able to...
Thaumaturgy?
What was that?
Thaumaturgy is the one that can make your voice boom.
I'm going to say it's a mixture of both. Because I am blanking on the name, because I just have the notes of here. It's able to replicate a voice if it's already heard one, and it's also able to replicate sounds animals make. By the gist of this, you can tell that this type of mask is used to lure something to you, towards you, or to something.
I want it.
It does give you a +1 to deception.
Nice. Okay.
Well, Yoko will just tell the others that's what it is and give it to whoever wants it.
I mean, Astra's already got a mask.
But he can combine them and have an upgraded mask.
I have no interest in lying.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Would it fit me?
You take it back from Yoko. Actually, Yoko, do you tell him? I'm assuming you do.
Yeah, I just said I.
Yeah, I
Tell
was
them
about to say,
all
I'm assuming
what it
you
does.
do, because you've already told them. I realized when I said it. Anyways, back in time. Fast forwards. Wake him up, blah, blah, blah. As he begins to stir and rise, he does look towards the surroundings that he's currently in.
I'm wearing
Hogtied,
the mask.
Milo wearing the mask. Looking towards you all. How would he read the situation at hand? Yeah, I'll go this way. Looking towards Milo, already seeing the mask on him, and looking towards you all, not...
And then he kind of looks over and sees the massive stone bear bearing down on him.
Yeah, stone bear bearing on him. He does state, look, I don't know what you want. You can have the money I have on my person, but it's not a lot. Look, if you just let me go, I can pretend this didn't happen.
Oh, I don't want to pretend it didn't happen. I want to be aware of why it happened. And you will tell me.
Look, my name is Smith. I work in the Emporium in town. I don't know what's going on, but look, we can pretend this didn't happen. I get it. You have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. But why don't I just leave and you can sort this out later?
Wait, hold up, Smith. What's the last thing you remember?
Milo, you can tell this man is lying. 16 is pretty good.
I kind of like draw my bow, point down at his foot with it.
You do so. He like
And
he doesn't
look
back
at
up
him.
because he is hog tight.
Look at him
mhm.
and say, "Quit the lies."
Milo, roll.
As I shoot an arrow into his foot.
Oh,
Do you want to do that?
do you? Please don't. Shoot it next
Yeah,
to the
he'll
foot, maybe.
scream and wake everyone up.
Okay, I'll shoot it right next to his foot.
Okay. There
That's
you
such a
go.
good aim.
Remember, Milo, this man can currently talk, and you're in a camp. That will wake people up. Milo would be smart enough not to do that.
Yeah, I would shoot it right next to his foot. I was thinking about doing that, and after I said it, it's like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do that because we're inside the camp. He screams, people would wake up. Never
Plus, he
mind.
only has one health, so that immediately take him down.
Yeah.
That being said, though, you're smart enough to obviously think things through. Go ahead and roll intimidation advantage. Giant bear.
Oh, natural 20.
All I
Minus one.
see is that 4.
I had advantage.
Even if you did or didn't, it'd still be the natural 20.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, all right, fine. Looking towards you, the man, clearly frightened by the entire thing, loses his cadence of how he was speaking. He seemed more or less frightened from an intelligent background based on how he was using his words, but the words he was saying were clearly, like my words, stumbling upon each one. It could have been misinterpreted as afraid, but you can clearly tell Milo that he was lying. So when you notch the bow and shoot the arrow next to his foot, the cadence of which he was speaking is gone, and then he goes into potentially his natural voice, and then states, "Look, I really don't know what you want from me, but yeah, go ahead and ask."
Mind you, those bounties, who placed them?
I don't know. I just took the job from my boss.
You're with the Night Owls then?
I mean, yeah. Look, if
Your
you let me
boss.
go, I won't tell my boss you did this, and you'll be fine. But if I'm found missing, they will come after and look.
They will know it was me.
They do have very good trackers.
If you're found.
Why not go ahead and roll intimidation again?
Do I still have advantage?
Yeah, he's already afraid.
Natural
Damn.
20?
I'm gonna give you a little bit more then. As he looks towards you, he does state, "Look, if I'm found or not doesn't matter. I'm supposed to currently freaking out. I'm supposed to check in after tonight to see if there's any bounties left. They already captured 4, and that was the last woman I found in my number sheet." You can already tell based off of information you just got, the reason why he was late, which is also a scummy reason, other than he being a terrible person, is he went after the other people first. So not only is he a bad person, he's also scummy because, you know. But you can also tell that based on the information you have, if he does go missing, they will have reason to go look for him. And what he's saying, like, they will come looking and eventually find you. He doesn't seem to be lying. In fact, it does seem that they have very good and skilled trackers. That's not to say they will immediately find you, but people will come looking.
Have the bear eat him.
Do what?
Have the bear eat him.
Oh, the berry. That's not a bad idea, Esther.
He's already afraid. 2 natural 20s will just get him to do whatever. To a degree.
Lawrence, let me make something clear. I am not afraid of your organization. I don't care if they find me. Give me a reason to keep you alive.
I can maybe get you to speak with my boss.
And if I let you go, why would you do that?
I don't know. Do you like money? We pay very well. Maybe you can speak with my boss and get something out of it?
How do the night owls hire? Or do they send people to scout prospects and the like?
If we find someone able to do the job, we basically ask them. We are hidden, but the kingdom knows who we are.
I know who you are. And that should terrify you.
Already afraid. Milo, go ahead and roll another intimidation. You don't really get anything. I just want to see what happens.
As like he's talking with Esther, I've kind of got up on top of the bear, just looking at him and stuff, and that's at that point.
Uh-huh.
This intimidation goes.
That's still pretty good. 17. You do see like a light trickle in his pants, indicating he did wet himself. Like he's already afraid, already panicked. Milo intimidated him so much, so that he is able and willing to hear you out. But from what you can tell, he doesn't have much to offer based off of what you're currently asking. All that he can offer as of right now, based off of the suggested line of dialogue, is potentially getting you guys hired by his boss. Aster has already said, I have no reason to believe you. Already implicating, or at least suggesting, that he's going to murder him. And Milo then saying, first, why are they taking them? So,
I didn't hear him say that. Sorry, then I wouldn't have said that. I seriously didn't hear that's what he said.
No, that's fine. I'm just thinking if he did say that, but obviously he didn't. If he had a card he could play, but since you didn't say that, currently has no card to play. But he is currently panicked.
Draw my short sword, put the bow away.
Give me a reason, Lawrence. Any reason at all.
I know where they're being kept. You can maybe free the people on the list and the others they took.
Where are they, Lawrence?
I can show you.
That's not what I told you. That's not what I asked you, Lawrence.
But if you already know, you can just kill me. I can show you and I at least survive that long. He's afraid, but he instinctively knows to survive.
We do have ways to make him speak once he's gone.
Milo. Lawrence, tell me, I will not kill you.
Or persuasion. Even if this is a more or less an objective white lie. Or persuasion.
That's perception. Whoops. I do it every time.
This is true.
He does. You do it every time.
I have bad eyes, okay? I don't want to talk about it.
There's 3 P's right there next to each other, and they all start with P-E-R, so it's understandable.
Yeah. I already know what you're doing, but that's perfectly fine.
It's
he
very
doesn't.
clear what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't, though. He, instead, looks towards you. Can you show me a map?
I have a map.
You have a
I
map.
specifically bought one. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You show him the map, and he then points. Yeah, you put it around his back so he can point. He looks directly towards it, and then points. It is in the area that you already know. It is in the experiment site.
Oh, joy. And do you know why they were captured, Lawrence?
Just some nobles trying to do something with their bodies. I don't know what. I've been there once or twice, but I can't read what they have written everywhere.
Thank
But it looks. He then more or less bends down, keeping an eye on him. You take note. He begins to scribble some type of sigil on the ground. They have these kind of symbols there.
Can I recognize what he drew?
You can roll Arcana.
Well, they're turning people into demons.
16's pretty good. I don't know. He doesn't know. 16's pretty good. From what you can tell, Yoko, if this symbol was flipped backwards, it would be a summoning circle or a binding circle, dependent on what you're trying to use it on. So ritual symbol, nonetheless. But based on how he wrote it, this man is dyslexic.
They're putting demons into people. That's where they're doing it.
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe.
No, I'm saying that out of character. Sorry.
Okay.
I look at Aster and slit his throat.
Hold on, Milo. Hold up.
Suggests slitting his throat.
I know.
Does
I
the
look at
gesture.
him. No, I don't do the gesture. I just look at Aster, then look at kind of still looking at Aster, glance down at my short sword, and because I know what he just said.
I'll just hold up a hand.
High five.
I'll give him a high five.
I was kidding,
Can
but
you
okay.
reach?
Lawrence.
Yeah. Turns back to look at you.
Make peace with your gods.
What? At that point in time, do you strike him?
No, I'm gonna cover his mouth.
Okay.
And
and
I
then-
slit his throat.
He does say what, and then immediately cover his vocal cords. So he's currently struggling, and Milo just, with a quick thrust, sinks his
No.
blade in.
I just drag it across.
With not a quick thrust, making this as painful as possible, because this man is an awful person. Slowly ending his life. You owe John a new tent. Hesitation, anyone?
Yep, I'll get on it.
Immediately clean.
And then bear eat the body.
Okay.
I look at the bear. It's like, he'll eat it.
Go into the woods and get rid of the body then.
No, oh, you know what? Make sure nobody comes in. I will get rid of the body.
Ominous.
Well, if you just want to take it out to the woods and do something with it, I can Make
Nope.
it invisible.
That's not. Don't worry about it. Just make sure nobody comes into the tent. This tent's pretty nice size.
Pretty big size, yeah.
I move right here. Have the bear go right here. And basically get in the middle, and I transform myself into a brown bear and then eat the body.
It's not cannibalism. You aren't an elf or a human. It is morbid though.
He's a bear.
Hey, it's not the first time I've done this.
That doesn't make it any less.
They
Bad.
don't see this happen though. They think they're gonna. Aster and Yoko think that my bear has.
No, I get it. Don't worry, Milo. That doesn't mean this is a gray area. You know what you're doing.
And then.
Yeah.
Isn't your bear stone?
Yeah.
How is a stone bear gonna eat someone?
That's why Milo transformed into the bear.
Exactly, but y'all don't know that he can't eat anything. Well, he's actually a primal elemental beast. That's just looks like he still eats things.
Just can't digest.
Yeah, it would just sit there.
After
And I
finishing,
don't want to fill it up. Yeah, after I finish eating it, I revert back.
yeah, you revert back. Clean your mouth and then like put it around your bear's maw, so it looks like they ate them.
I mean, they would have. I mean, I would assume they'd think I'd clean the bear's mouth.
Yeah, I was just making a joke. Cleaning up where you left off, because Milo did state, wouldn't be the first time.
And then I'll exit the tent. Done.
You owe John a new morality tent.
I'll just peek in to make sure it's clean.
Looking around, nothing is left over. Like maybe some splotches here and there, but with like a quick wipe from, I'm gonna say, a nice little rag and some water, and it's able to be removed. Unless you also have prestidigitation.
I do not.
Okay.
What
Water
about
and
his
rag.
clothes?
I ate everything.
I think when you revert back, or when you
No.
change, your clothes more or less go into you, and then they come back out when you reform back to your normal stance. So,
He's talking about Lawrence's clothes.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I ate him. I ate it. No,
Pretty
I
cool.
have his. I have his clothes out. And everything separate. I would have.
it's studded leather, medium armor.
Yeah, I would not have eaten that myself. I'm not stupid. I'm not. This isn't the first time I've
Crunchy.
done- Crunchy. Num num num.
like the leather is edible. But anyways, I'm gonna say it's removed to the side. So Ash, when you peer in, you do see the studded leather armor to the side. That wouldn't be impractical because obviously Milo's bear wouldn't want to eat the armor, which makes sense.
I'll just ask Yoko to prestigitize everything clean, and I'll work on fixing the 3D maneuver gear, and then I'm off to bed for the rest of the night.
Tinkerer's tools. If you don't have that, Arcana. If you don't
You
have
want me to try to mend it back together?
that, smithing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you have
I have the mending
Tinker's
spell.
or sorry, mending. Would that work?
I'm gonna say
You said it was
yes.
the wire.
It's
was
shorter now though, because Milo ate some of that wire.
How did I eat? No,
You
I
ate
wouldn't
him.
have eaten. Yes, but we just
You
explained
have to
that
take-
I took everything off.
Okay.
You have to take the wire off to take the clothes and armor off.
Exactly.
Uh,
We just
not-
went through this.
Not really, depending, because more or less there's
And
like
I
straps
said
to
I
remove the
took
armor.
everything off.
But yeah,
I took
that's fine.
everything off.
That's fine. I was just gonna make it like a little bit shorter, but honestly,
Nope.
it's fine. Milo, don't worry about it. If you don't want to eat it, just say so. You have the string, so you begin to mend that first initial point, and then honestly, the last loop, or at least the last end, is just re-looping and connecting the hook part. Go ahead and roll Arcana, smithing tools, or Tinkerer's tools, if you have any of those.
Who?
Aster. Because he's taking a look at them. It's not that great. Looking at them, you can tell that they have some sort of weird powder at the end of it. But other than that, it does seem to only have one little batch of the powder left. It does seem to be granular and dark. It's rare, but Asher would know that this is gunpowder. Other than that, you really can't tell how this is fully operated. Other than it has a weird button where it scrapes along near where the powder is.
Press the button. Hook fires out.
You press the button and it does fire out. I'm going to go ahead and make you roll a d20. You don't hit anyone, thankfully, but it does jettison out about 30 feet until you hit, I'm going to say this rock. Oh, wrong way. This rock.
Press the button again.
You press the button again and nothing happens. You look around it and there is no more black powder.
How does it reel in?
You don't know. You got an 11.
I'll fiddle around with it for another hour or so.
Okay. I'm going to say after the hour, you figure out that the powder is needed to both jettison it out and jettison it back in. More than likely, the 3 slots to the powder. One is to jettison it out. Another is to bring it back in without an issue. And a third just in case. If you had to guess, the man that you ended used the first 2 slots when trying to capture that woman. You would need more black powder to use this well, but it is basically a mage hand device that can only go in 30 feet diagonally. And then you can use your strength to reel in, if you'd like, or if you use the mechanical device, up to 150 pounds.
I'll go ahead and manually reel it back in, and I'll just keep it on me.
It takes a while, but you're able to do so just fine. It doesn't take a while, but it does take like a minute. Definitely not. If you don't have powder, definitely not useful in fights.
Yeah, but if we can get powder, multiple people in this party can use that.
Yeah.
I am.
You
good.
can use it
Finish my
to.
rest.
Yeah, you can use it to pull people to you, and stuff, or at least capture them. Yoko, probably the same, maybe. Me, I could use it to pull myself up onto like buildings and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have an assassination planned for tomorrow, and we should get some sleep.
Yep, I'm gonna go sleep
Yep.
in the tree.
Big day of murder tomorrow. Everyone, get some sleep.
Should I eat this one too?
Eventually, you guys take a long rest, rejuvenating, reevaluating potential life choices, or not, because, oh,
Nope.
Milo, I said it more than once.
only
John
natural.
and his men do come back. In the morning, you guys do wake up. The hunters go out to hunt, and before John heads out to do his daily chores and things like that, he does come over towards Astra and Yoko's tent. After waking up without, I don't know. It depends on Astra and Yoko's morality. If you're fine with murder, you have a nice restful sleep. I mean, it's totally deserved murder, but you did kill that dude. That being said, though,
He
Like
was a
a
bad
baby.
person.
he was a very
Pretty
bad
clearly.
person.
I
But yeah,
slept like a baby too.
Aren't I quoted as saying something along the lines of "I'll pay the path to the castle with bodies if it's what's required"?
You've said that, haven't you?
Pretty
I'm
sure.
pretty sure that's a quote. So,
You-
like,
yeah,
yeah,
you
pretty
said
pretty
that.
soundly, I slept.
Yes. Nario wink missed. John eventually knocks on the tent to allow the weird
Real
drifting
quick,
of sound.
I-
Yes.
I gotta use the restroom. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Continue on.
Only wakes up Aster and Yoko. Milo's still sleeping. Then he does
How do
state.
you knock on a tent?
You kind of
Yeah,
finagle with the flap.
it's basically making a flapping sound, so it wakes you up. Unless you're a very deep sleeper, it can wake you up. If you've ever gone camping, it's honestly how I wake people up. It's a nice way of doing it instead of shouting at them.
But yeah, I'll get up and look at John and see if he has any news.
As you both arise, Aster coming out first, he does state, well, first of all, good morning. Second of all, unfortunate, bad news. We were unable to locate these individuals.
I had a feeling the assailant seemed to have already captured them. I didn't have a way to send for you after you had left, but I was hoping regardless.
All right, I was gonna have some good news, which was, but I'll continue to check during my daily routine. But, I have no good news.
I didn't think you did. It's not your fault.
Oh, right. Do you mind explaining to me what happened and where that assailant go? I'm assuming he looks into town, vaguely gesturing where the town guard station is. Got what he deserved, and then looks back towards you.
He got what he deserved.
All right. But you still mind explaining what exactly happened?
Of course. Sorry, I understand that we were in a bit of a rush last night, hoping to save those people, but
I already understand what happened when you sent me out, but before that.
We came across a young lady who was pacing. She seemed distraught, so I went to check on her, and that's when the man attacked.
Must be one of them then. I'm just glad you managed to save her life.
He was related to the Night Owls, yes.
That's not what I meant, but I had assumed it would be them. As of recent time, again, I'm assuming you don't know this because you're new, but as of recent time, people that don't have any ties in this town or any family have gone missing. We don't exactly know what's going on, but we do know that the guards aren't any help in this matter. They seem to be turning a blind eye. Which is honestly one of the reasons why we do keep a night watch. After all, if one of us goes missing, well, you already know.
I have some ideas on why and when and how these people are going missing, but I won't share it quite yet, not till I'm certain. But I do aim to make things better.
Just make sure you don't... Milo jumps out of the tree yawning. Morning! Just make sure you don't lose your life while trying to help out others. It is good to help out those in need, but you also have to remember to help yourself out.
I have no intention of dying.
I have no intention of letting him die.
That's good. I'm assuming looks towards Yoko. She already knows all this, so
She does.
do make sure if you do intend to do something about it, keep those that are close to you informed. After all, if you do go missing, well, backup is always very useful. But if you excuse me, I do need to get into town to requisition some tools for repair.
Of course. Don't forget to get some sleep yourself.
Of course.
He's an elf. He doesn't believe in sleep.
He's a drow.
Same thing.
Again.
Drows don't sleep either.
Technically true.
They can translate or whatever.
No. I can tell you what I actually mean, or you can just ask them.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. It honestly doesn't matter. But there is something to that,
He's a
but
vampire.
not important to the story. In the meantime,
relevant.
in the meantime, in the meantime, though, Yoko,
7 of the daggers she's collected.
goes to visit the hunters and offers them up to 7 of the daggers she's collected. Some of the hunters do state, are you sure? I mean, you can collect these. These are fine. I don't know why you have so many. But we could use these to gut the animals and make sure that they're taken care of.
Right, that's why I was bringing them to you. I've got a dozen of them here, and I don't need that many.
A small
figured-
child comes over towards you. Oh, Dad, can I get one of those? Begins to go reach for it. His dad swats his hand away. Not until you're 12, son. If you don't mind, we could use them. Honestly.
Oh, they're all yours then.
How many do you give them?
Just 7.
You give a good amount. The small child pouting, going over towards the rest of the kids.
I'll make sure to prestidigitation them all nice and clean.
Yeah.
Hopefully that disinfects them, gets whatever might have been on them off.
Yeah, it's easily enough. Stripping whatever gunk or other would have been left over. I'm assuming you do this beforehand so they don't notice all this.
Yeah.
They do take it, and the father figure does state, thank you. You're welcome to join us whenever you want. We are hunting right now for some elk, if you're up for it.
I'm afraid I have plans for today. Thank
Alright.
you, though.
No problem. Do take care. And tell your friends when Aster comes. Oh, tell the other friend we said hello. And then he waved towards you, Aster. Never mind.
Yeah,
Waves towards Milo.
It's time for us to go.
Do take care. And they begin to make their way out because they have to go hunting in the morning.
Good hunting to you.
And to your day as well. You can tell that they kind of really didn't know how to respond to that because they were, from what you can tell, Yoko, we're going to say you too. But that'd be weird. It's like saying,
they'd be right.
I mean, yes, but they wouldn't know that.
What? Oh, good hunting?
No, they. It's like the whole waiter thing. I hope you enjoy your food. Yeah, thanks. You too.
Thanks,
Kinda
you too. And then you can never visit that place again.
Mm-hmm. But thankfully, he caught himself in between that. But he's
There's
off
that
hunting.
weirdo that told the waiter to enjoy their food.
But you more or less, regroup at the bonfire. Standing next to you is a man you know as Sullivan, a nice, stern young man without a care in the world. Currently.
Let's go.
You begin to head out for the day.
Mention. Hey, we're not assassins. Everyone act normal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sullivan looks towards you. I mean, I'm not assassin either, but it's weird you phrase it that way. But good luck to you in the day.
Sorry, that was out of character.
I know.
And I don't know what you're talking about, Hunt.
Aster can't say he's not an assassin at this point.
Well, you technically didn't kill the guy. I did.
I guess so long as Aster's not the one that kills the general, then he's not an assassin either.
But as we're talking, I'll have Yoko walk ahead. I'll pull Aster behind a little bit because I do want to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. You're still walking
And
there.
I'll be in my disguise again.
Okay. I think I still have it here. No, I don't. Give me 1 second.
Something the matter, Milo?
Indigestion?
I'm talking to him a little few paces away to where you can't hear.
Yeah, I was just joking out of character.
I've noticed your character, the way you speak, and recently noticed, or like, basically dawned on me, you don't lie much, if at all.
I don't know.
So I'm going to basically. I don't do this for many people. You don't. You keep sticking to your beliefs or whatever you believe in. And if you need something done that would go against what you believe or whatever, you let me know. I'll take care of it.
Thank you. I don't know if I ever mean to take you up on that, but I appreciate the offer.
Well, I know that it's I wouldn't have offered if I didn't trust you. I try to not do that stuff myself, but in my line of work, sometimes that's what ends up happening.
Of course.
I know I haven't.
We've,
You've been truthful with who you are, and I know I haven't been truthful with who I am, but I hope you can trust me.
I do my will.
As he takes out a knife and stabs you in the back. He doesn't do that.
Sleep, just sleep, bastard, just sleep, just go to sleep.
I'm sitting there like, why the fuck did you stab me? What?
No, but all seriousness.
I will keep your offer in mind, though I don't know if I plan to take use of it.
Well, if you plan on being who you plan on, eventually you'll have to have somebody do that.
I hope I do not. But first we have to get there. So let's ensure that first.
Let's go help the general along to meet his maker.
As you begin
and
to,
then I guess we'll catch up.
As you begin to catch up, slowly quickening your speed, you eventually arrive here without too much of an issue. Joining along in accompaniment, your disguised ally, I think, I'm blanking on the name of your disguise, so I'm not gonna say it. Your disguised ally, Milo, and the rest of the gang, being just one other, do get to the mansion just fine. While there, the people that work here have already been briefed on who you currently are, so when you get here, they do step to the side, allow you to enter inside. The guard simply states, good morning to you. Go ahead and step right in. They're currently having their breakfast right now. As you guys arrive to the secondary station, they don't even... Well, they do acknowledge you, but they don't even communicate with you. Because they've already been reprimanded last time you met.
And this is where I start acting my mute self.
if she hasn't told anyone.
Well, I'm just not gonna speak, but I am gonna perceive.
From what you can tell, they don't seem to be acting any different one which way whatsoever. As
I
you look
see-
around, Milo, you do see that woman again up in the rafters.
I'm not gonna acknowledge her though. I'm just kind of like scan, but like mentally know where she's at, but just like not draw attention to her.
Uh, however, when you arrive here, he does look up, suggests for her to come down, and Amber, easily enough, just jumps down slowly, as if by magic, onto the ground. Honestly, she's only up there, if people that she does not know are there. But, you know, you guys were hired yesterday, so not strangers anymore. However, the general does look toward you, Astra, Milo, and the rest of the gang. Always go around the name you forget. He does state Kasumi, that's right. As he looks around towards the gang, the general does state, all right then, it does seem that everyone's here. Amber, I'm assuming you made sure that these three were taken care of last night? Yes. Very good then. Now then, I think only Kasumi lied on the paperwork. Milo, did you lie? I'm talking name-wise. Astra's the only one that drew blood.
I put down art.
So he does state, well, Mr. Astor, Mr. Art, and Miss Kasumi, unless you lied about your fake name, I'm gonna assume not, because that'd be weird.
No, that's the name I gave the guard when we went and took out the.
No. I mean, Rock is his character. I don't know if you would lie about your fake name. It would
That's
be
the same
okay.
fake name I used before.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't know if you were trying to play 3D chess. Anyways, the man then looks towards you, says the names, and then does state, all right then, thanks for coming in so early in the morning. I'm assuming you've already had your meals.
Milo nods.
I get a bit sick if I eat so early. I packed my own lunch.
Very well then. As current time suggests, we are going to the conference meeting in the observatory tower. I and Amber are going to enter inside, and you are going to flank our sides. For one reason, simply being, you are going to be shown and present as new hires to my hand. You will then meet the rest of the council members. I do not know if the king will be there, but it does not matter if he's there or not. Afterwards, I will go into observation of a few tests I am currently running in a laboratory, and afterwards, you are free to do with the rest of the time you seek, unless one of my technicians does require your assistance, whether it be protection of them or one of the assets we have and are currently working on. Is that understood?
Just nod. Milo nods.
Really?
Yes, understood.
Very well then. As you begin to head out, heading towards the councilman's chambers, he does look towards you in a more or less, it's not like looked down upon, it's like talking to you, but in a nobleman's way. Talking at you rather than talking with you. He does simply state, do you know of any good places here in town? You do seem new. I would like to see the general appeal of the common folk on what they consider entertainment in town. I'm getting rather bored of the higher crust parts, if you will.
I'm preferential to the theater myself.
The theater's nice enough if there's good talent there. But it's so hard to come by. Especially since they allow, I mean, no offense to any of you, the riffraff in. But ever so, on a rare occasion, there is talent to be found there.
I agree. I think it's worth keeping an eye on them.
That is why I pay a nice sum to them, so I can discover something new there. You can roll insight, but you can probably tell what he's talking about. Based on the information you have, you can already deduce, Milo, that this man is basically saying, I make sure this place is still open, just in case there is some eye-canning there I can find.
Dirty old man.
You already know it's not a nice man. Or a good one. But eventually you do reach the council chambers. Without too much of an issue, you are currently at present in this establishment. You go into a tower without too much of an issue, going up 4 floors. Soon enough, you are greeted by guards, and the general and Amber do enter inside and you soon after. Around this giant table, you do see 4 other council members. And it does seem that the king currently is not there. Surrounded and around you, you do also see a giant, more or less, piece of glass ornamented with iron, gold, and strange green metal. Behind that does stand 5 knights of suited armor. Weird way of phrasing that, but I meant 5 armors. Vaguely gesturing knights. Yeah. And 2 gargoyles hanging on the rafters. As you do approach, and he does take a seat, he does look towards the rest of the council members. Councilman, these are new representatives of my right hand. I am going to be needing them in future ploys, so I am making sure you are aware of them. Based on Amber's own findings and the information gathered by some of my men, they do seem rather capable. So if you are in need of their services, let me know. But for right now, I will be employing them for my own benefit. The dwarven man to the south, not the person, or at least the woman that governs the Jewelers Guild, he does state, be that as it may, we do need to make sure that everything's in order. I take it you made sure that they couldn't speak out? Yes, everything is in check. I just made sure that you are aware of them. After all, if they do wind up in places they don't belong, don't outright necessarily kill them. Unless they cause you a problem. He begins to chuckle. But you're not sure if he's saying that truthfully or not. That being said, though, they continue on a very, very boring meeting, talking about leisure information here and there, until they get to a part about import and export, where they're currently talking about a strange high demand of import from the kingdom to the north. It does seem that they're gathering more items from that kingdom without proper clearance and legislation, so Luminera is currently investigating what is currently going on. But the other man does look towards the council members, and he does state, right now we are making sure that the Nighthawks are taking care of things, but eventually Luminera will discover what's happening. But it would be too late by that point. We would have the numbers, and, well, at that point, we would begin the assault. That being said, though, it will still take some time. Plenty of time for the new king to be set in motion, and for the old king to retire, as his plans are fulfilled after that point, and he can do whatever he wants with his, as he puts up air quotes, eternal life, what have you. And the general does look towards the rest of the council members. Well, then I think this meeting is adjourned then. It does seem that the king has forgoed this meeting as well. Not that odd, but he really should be sitting into some of these a little bit more. He does look towards Kusami, Aster, and Art, and he does state, make sure you greet the king when and if you find them in the town. I wouldn't want you to die outright. After all, I just acquired you. It would be not in my best interest. Amber, do you mind handing them their medals? Of course, sir. She comes over towards each of you, and she does give you each a medal. Make sure you wear these when you roam around town, so people can identify you as one of my men. And the symbols of it does seem to be a lion's face with a blade cut through the neck and some blood coming from the eye downwards.
I nod. Do I recognize any of these faces?
Go ahead and roll history, because you might.
Natural 20
Damn.
for 22.
Okay. You do know that the representative of the dwarven people in this vicinity is female, but this person was put in her stead to make sure that she can still lead her Jewelers Guild empire. So right now, he himself is not supposed to technically be there, but he is allowed here. So people that aren't supposed to be here can be here, which is why you were allowed access here. That being said, as you look towards the Astamar man to the south, he does seem to be someone you have been told about. Based off of the information you do have, he is, well, a war criminal in Aquis. Clearly, he fled to this kingdom and is more or less now running things. Hard to tell, but helping in running things. He is wanted for a lot of things mainly, but the primary thing he is wanted for is that he used to lead a cult of the ones known as the Guiding Light, which would kill a lot of people, but specifically those of half-breed mixed races, tieflings specifically, and goblins and orcs, even though they weren't attacking. He's in the belief that if the world is purified, then the gods can truly rule it well. He's not a very nice man. But at that point, you can also tell that if he's ruling here, the king is probably not so good either.
Okay. I was wondering if there was going to be somebody like that I would know because of my background.
Other than that, the other people here do seem to be highly regarded, and you do know of them. You just never met them before.
What was his name? The Asimars?
I already closed this character sheet. Give me one moment. It's fine. After, do you remember his name? If not, that's totally fine. I'll just have to look for it.
No, I was hoping you were going to put it in the notes, actually, or not the notes, but in the chat, so I could copy paste it.
You're back like war criminal.
Sorry. Oh, the Azamar is Zon.
Okay, is that in our notes?
Yeah, council members. The elf is Errol. Zon is the Asimar. Vaughn is human. Panama is the jeweler, but she's not the
She's not
there
currently
right
present.
now. And then Tarok, who is our Mark, is the military council.
Okay.
I'll just give you Zon since it's. I was about to say since he's the only one that is currently apparent to you, but the general is there too. Jen dot Mark. Oops. Can't spell Mark to save my life. He does state it does seem that this current meeting is adjourned. If you will excuse us, and you guys do. He does make his way forwards, Amber in front of him, and you guys in the rear, until you guys reach the streets. As you walk through the streets, unless you wanted to try to speak with one of these guys.
Not particularly.
Okay,
No.
as you walk the streets, General Mark does state, where we're gonna go, it is more or less not pleasant for many. Do be advised that you can't speak of it, of course. And if you do, well, you'd be considered traitors and marked as treasonous. Do keep that in mind.
So, like the last place we were at?
Not a game. What do you mean?
Like the council room.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. More or less. People do know we meet here. We just don't tell them what we discuss. But yes, like the last place we were at. And unfortunately, this is one map that I didn't get a chance to do work. So, theater of mind time.
Do we pass by the theater? As
You
was-
do, but it's still pretty early morning. Oh, oops. Yoko's not supposed to be there. You do. It's still pretty early morning, but you do pass it. On the streets, you do see a very blonde, beautiful-looking woman that is reminiscent of the woman you know to be your helper, but currently doing something else. Right now, she's performing in front of the theater to a crowd of... I want to roll a 2d10. Oh, that's a pretty good crowd. To a crowd of 14 people. As she's singing and dancing, you do see that the group is growing a bit larger and a bit bigger here and there, but not so much in number that you can't actually see her.
Sir,
Yes.
and I'll just kind of gesture to her, kind of making him thinking I'm a pervert too.
Roll persuasion advantage.
Persuasion. That's persuasion. Yes. that is persuasion. I am clicking on persuasion.
Oops, not supposed to be that big. There you go. That's pretty good. As you point towards this woman, you more or less raise generally have a mask. Vaguely gesture towards her. He nods in approval. From what you can tell, he definitely is going to come back here later today. So it does seem that your plan is playing out well. Unfortunately for your ally. But as you begin to wander into a more clandestine street, you then go around a back alleyway into what appears to be a stone wall. As you go there, Amber does begin to state something in an arcane language known as Primordial. If you know it, you know what she's saying.
I do know Primordial.
And she's simply stating, open the door, which is a key phrase you would need to know to open this door. So congratulations, you know it now.
Oh, I have a mask now that can speak.
I'm gonna assume Kasami told you how it works. So you basically held the more or less button. It needs to replicate the voice and the frequency of the voice, and it clicks off after you've gathered enough. All right. You also now have Amber's voice. Don't betray her. Wink.
We want to do that.
Aster wouldn't do that.
So let me real quick understand completely. It learned her frequency, so I could say what I want in her voice, correct?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is great. Okay.
It's a very good thieves disguise. Not thieves disguise, sorry. Thieves tool.
I love it.
Hence the +1.
It's so,
That being
what's
said,
the
though.
+1 for what? Oh, for the deception.
Deception.
I need to do that now.
Milo. +1 spy. As you enter inside, you go down flight of stairs until you reach a room that can only be described as... I'm blanking on the name. I just had it. Clinically clean. Looking around you, you do see 15 people.
Oh, decontamination room?
No, I was thinking of a different word, but I'm going to say
Sterile?
clinical. Sterile. Thank you.
Sterilized?
Sterile. Looking around, you don't see a speck of dust anywhere. You do see a whole bunch of metal around. And around 17... Oh, wait, sorry. That's 5. 22 people, minus people walking around, tied up in beds and strapped down unconscious. Right now, they do seem to have boards aligned from wall to wall. And behind each of these strapped people on the tables seem to be magical inscriptions behind them written in a giant circle. Based off of this information, Kasami, you can already tell this was the information you gathered last night. And based off of what you... Oh, wait, sorry. 17 plus 5 minus 1, because you saved that woman. 21. One less. You can tell that this is the room that these people that are abducted are going. As you gather around, Mark is going from table to table, examining what appears on their chart. And once he reaches one table, it does read the name Lily. Standing in front of you does seem to be a very young woman. It's hard to tell who they are, but they're going to be big for a second, but ignore that. They're not that size.
Giant!
It doesn't seem to have the same type of genetical coding as Amber does, based off of her looks. It honestly seems like a nice, pleasant, young-looking woman. Maybe in her early to mid-20s. Mark is currently looking at the data sheet in front of him, and he does look towards her. It does seem she's faring the best out of all of them. He looks towards Amber. Amber nods. Dr. Aircoats comes over, and he does state towards the general. Sir, it does seem that the first test is ready. Right now we are conducting, if you'd like to witness it. He looks towards Amber, and then looks towards all of you. Amber has already seen this, so she'll be sticking around and observing the tables. Would you all like to see what's going on here?
Milo nods.
Very well.
If you don't require me to, I'd rather not.
Wait for Kasami's answer.
All the easier for me to deny it.
I suppose that's true.
I am in agreement. If it is not something I need to know, then I do not wish to view it.
Perhaps it is better that way. But this is one of the few experiments I have currently conducting. in town, so just be aware that there are others that are a little bit more discreet. Just keep that in mind. He then begins to walk towards the table, and the doctor accompanies him. Milo soon tags along after. Aster, Amber, Lily, and Kasami are all still in the same area. And more or less to the other side of the clinical area, the general and Milo visit with the doctor with a nice looking tiefling man that does seem to have bruises battered about his body. Looking down, the doctor next to him does state at his chart, he does seem to be at the best and most operable moment in time. So we would like to inject the specialty into him if you'd like. It should be fine now. Then he looks towards Milo, but then stops looking at Milo. Take this of note. And if you do have the stomach for it, perhaps that'll take you to the more enjoyable sights. The doctor then begins to write the finalized inscription behind the tiefling man. And then a massive spark of energy begins to illuminate the area. He's writing it more or less on a chalkboard, but the inscriptions are laced and aligned with a lot of symbolism. As that happens, you do see that the man is currently rising, as if telekinetically from his bed. But the bed itself is still strapped to him, so that is going with him. As the table and cloth around his body lift, underneath the bed, you do see a secondary form of a more or less what would be considered humanoid demon. Underneath does seem to be, it's hard to discern, but I'm gonna already tell you outright. It does seem to be that image of a tiger or lion man, as their claws or hands are almost ripped in the opposite direction as if twisted. Rakshasa, yeah, I just didn't want to say the name. As this man and table lift above, so you can see the Rakshasa. You then see a flickering of the Rakshasa's body. And then you do afterwards see flickering of the man's body. As that happens, the Rakshasa's body begins to be becoming that of a vaporous form until it overlaps the bed and goes towards the face of the man, where it then the smoke goes up the nostrils and into the mouth. Moments afterwards and time afterwards, he is, I should probably put more creepy music than, but whatever. Thought of it now. Until the man awakens in a massive start. Bed begins to shake, but everything is currently taken advantage of, and they seem to have done this a lot, from what you can tell, Milo. He then gets put down by the doctor, casting something on this man, which you can tell is the sleep spell, until the Rakshasa man, now fused as one, goes unconscious. Beforehand, you did see that the eyes of the Rakshasa were in the man's skull, but after he goes into a daze, the eyes go back to the humanoid form, which means unless you were here to witness this, or unless you had some sort of divine sense, you would not even able to tell that they are now one. And the bed lightly goes back to the floor, and the man sleeps and rests. The doctor then looks towards the general and does state, all right then, sir. Right now we are still investigating the rest of the bodies and see how their injections would fare. But we're fairly certain that the next marks that we sent out there into the shadows would be the best choice by the subjects we have in town. It shouldn't be long until we have enough people to invade. Thank you. And then the man looks towards the doctor. They begin to have a small chit-chat here and there about the numbers, the current predicament at hand, funding. And Milo, you get all this. Does Milo have...
Do what?
Does Milo have, like, a sense of business?
I mean, it depends on if he's been sent on missions like that dealt with that.
I'll ask it in a different way. Is Milo sent on highly upper crust missions to gather ledger books and information of that sort? You can say yes or no.
Does for about 50-50. He does about 50% of those and 50% of the other stuff.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. From what you can tell, the doctors are asking for much funding. As currently the books they say, but it clearly means the bodies, are in need of continuous maintenance while there. And the spells for casting are still a necessity. So obviously they need the materials to continue on this process. The general does agree and continues their funding, but it does seem that once they are taken care of, they then get exported nearing the border of this kingdom and, well, the kingdom to the north, which, from what you can tell, they are getting ready to invade.
So they're
soon.
sending the people there, and then when they invade, the people are going to take them from the inside.
Maybe. But they're definitely picking people that it wouldn't be a surprise if they left the kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Demon sleeper agents, yeah.
But after finishing up that paperwork, he does look towards you, Milo, and he vaguely gests moving forwards to the rest of the team.
I nod at him and head back.
Okay. Taking a clip behind you, making sure you actually do your bodyguard job. While you guys are doing that, Aster and Kasami, are you doing anything? While honestly, Amber is just looking around doing her job.
Kind of standing next to the door that they went through.
Okay.
No, I'm just looking around the room.
Taking notes of
wait,
the doctors
yeah.
and the like.
All right. Go ahead and roll investigation to see how much you memorize in this quick glance. Well, it's gonna be like a good solid 10 minutes. It's pretty good. From what you can tell, you were able to discern who were the doctors, who were the patients, and by, association of the documents you already have, the 4 people that went missing last night are definitely here. Right now, their tables are still getting set up, so there is nothing around them. All you see is their body on a table, currently strapped, but other than that, it is very clean, very clear. There is a blackboard behind them with like scribbles here and there that do vaguely suggest magical ruin and incantation spells. But nothing finalized, so they have yet to actually do anything. Patience. 10 minutes later, the general and Milo do eventually return.
I would have recorded his voice too while he was talking with the doctor.
The general's voice or the doctor's voice?
The general's voice.
At this point in time, I gave you Ambers for free. Milo, go ahead and roll. Flood a hand.
19.
It doesn't seem that anyone took notice of you as you record the general's voice, and you quickly slip it back into your pocket.
I thought it was on my face.
Oh, are you wearing the thing?
Yeah, I told you I was wearing the mask.
Oh God.
Hey Milo, you would know that that's a pretty secretive thing worn
Yeah.
by a
Oh shit!
specialized
Yeah,
guild
yeah,
of
no.
assassins.
I was about to say.
No. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, it's in my pocket. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, there's a reason why they have a layered mask to hide that, and then that itself.
I forgot. My bad. Sorry, I wasn't thinking.
You
She's
should
like-
think of these things.
I wasn't thinking like
Yeah, Milo, I get it. I get it. You still capture Amber's and Mark's voice when you have the chance. That's fine. Again, the Night Owls are an accepted evil here, accepted by bribery, but that doesn't mean they show their faces everywhere. That being said, though, you can obviously tell that the general knows who they are.
Oh, I'm still wearing my. I still have my cloak and shit.
What? Oh,
I'm talking to myself. Sorry.
okay. I'm just wondering if you're showing more evidence. But the general does come back.
I have my hellish cloak that is set up to be like cover my head. Like
Yeah, you
I've
should
got
be
like I'm kind of my whole face is covered except for my eye slot.
Yeah.
I've explained this before, so I could technically be wearing the mask because it could be hidden underneath everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mark more or less makes the rounds. Kasami at this point does put up her hood and make sure that most of her body is concealed. Mark has already seen you, so when the hour does fade, you're still disguised, unless for some reason the general thinks you're someone else, which honestly doesn't make sense. But you're still good, because no one has seen you disappear. You just look normal now. But when he returns after a good 30 minutes afterwards, he does look towards Amber, and like, unfortunately, a rich nobleman kind of ignores the rest of the people and then looks towards Amber, simply stating, "All right, I believe we're done here for the day. Now then, the rest of you are more or less free to do with the time you'd like. This was just, how should I phrase this? Making sure you are aware of your duties. More than likely tomorrow you'll be assigned to some other mission. And if one of the council members does request you, you will be assigned to them for the day. Understood?"
Of course.
Nods.
Right then. You begin to walk out. Amber frontwards and Mark and the rest of you flanking his back. Taking the 6. And then he does state, "Right then. I'm gonna go see about some entertainment for tonight. You all enjoy your evenings." As he makes way... Go ahead.
I do want to basically say I am wearing the mask because I forgot that I had set that cloak up because you said it was so big. I had set it up to where it would still kind of wear as a cloak, but also have my face covered.
I mean, it's big on you, but yeah, you can do that.
So my face is basically covered too, so I do have that on.
Okay.
I do have the mask on.
I would state that he would see your face when you first met him, to make
I would
sure.
have shown him my face.
At this point in time, he already knows you are seen your face, so you didn't have to re-show him. It's okay. That's fine. Mark then begins to head up. You guys soon after, and you then reach the surface once more. You can tell that Amber and Mark are heading towards the theater district. Do you follow, or do you make way towards the inn that you know where they're going?
I'll have Milo get in touch and have him tell her that they're on their way.
I'll relay that. I'll relay that message. Tell her. Tell Mary that the target is headed her way.
All right. She nods. What? No, she doesn't nod because you can't hear a nod. Yeah, she does. She does state, all right then. Good luck on your end. And then it does disconnect. And then
Before it disconnects,
Yeah.
I say stay safe.
I will. Disconnects, and then I rolled really well for her, and he rolled poorly, so he does not know what's truly going on. As you begin to make way towards the inn and towards your plan, one thing does lead into question. Amber did say she wasn't going to help you. So, you don't have backup. If you aren't successful, you might just straight up die in this town. So one thing does need to be damn well sure done correctly, and that is the assassination of the general. Afterwards, you can talk politics. But for now, let's see how this goes next time as we end the session.